didn't get a notice that the Zoom is recording, is it? Oh, okay. Usually it says like recording in progress. Okay.
William, can I get a verbal commitment that you're going to take that out? Okay, we're starting now.
What? Oh yeah, it says recording at the top. Yeah.
Hi, and welcome to another episode of the Hanukkah Erotica Book Club podcast. I'm Raizel, and I'm joined by my stepsister and co-host Malya. Hi, Mal.
Hi, good morning.
How's it going?
Good. Good summer morning.
Great, good. Wait, I can't wait to talk about the book today, but usually we go over a couple of other things. And when we last spoke, I told you that I invited the Moms of Jonah's class over.
Oh, right.
And I said, if you want, you could bring some seltzer or drinks. Sure. Okay, we got, first of all, no one drank the whole day, and it was like 100 degrees.
That's crazy.
Every time I went in the house, I was like, could I get anyone a seltzer? Could I get anyone a seltzer? I had a little mini cooler I made because it wasn't that many of us, like in an ice bucket with like, flavors, some alcohol, a bottle of rosé. Like I made a little cute ice bucket of drinks.
Really
just
great.
No drinking, no alcohol, no seltzer, just no, I don't know, they had waters with them.
Wait, were there kids with them?
No, kids were at camp. I just invited the moms.
Oh, because I was thinking maybe they were like busy running after their kids, but if
but
kids,
they were all busy just playing dead on a float, chatting. Anyway, okay, we had lime LaCroix and strawberry vanilla Olipop. I feel like I haven't shared with you how much I love these prebiotic sodas, fake sodas.
You haven't?
Like
what are they?
Poppy and Olipop.
Oh, is that what? Because I was at, as I've said in the past, I was at the Chabad Rabbi and Rebbitzon's house on Shabbat afternoon for like a little women's schmooze, the Rebbitzon called it. And they always have, I look forward to a nice assortment of seltzers. And they had like a Trader Joe's brand.
Of Poppy or something?
Of like it was called like a probiotic soda or a probiotic.
I have to try the Trader Joe's one.
It was lemon ginger. I kept it in mind to tell you about it, of course. I don't know how you feel about ginger flavored drinks. I feel like maybe they're polarizing. I
feel great about them.
Yeah, I liked it. It has to be cold. And it's definitely, there's more in it. Like it wasn't no calories. Like
no. It's a drink. But they're
it's more
so
of a
good.
drink. It was good, yeah. Not too sweet. It was good.
The Poppies and Olipops are like fake, like Poppy has like a Coke one, a Cherry Coke one, a Dr. Pepper one, a Sprite one. They're really good. But they're like low sugar and they're not as bad for you, and then they have like prebiotics in them.
I don't know what a prebiotic is.
I don't either. It's something good for your stomach. I think there's fiber.
Great.
It's like good for digestion and fake Dr. Pepper.
How could you go wrong? Why is this a new thing? Like, why are they just figuring this out?
And like seltzer, I think, and by the way, I feel bad for this soda brand Zevia, which is like a fake soda brand made with stevia that's dusty on the bottom. Okay, like in a Stop and Shop, there's like 2 aisles of organic.
Yeah.
Or shop, right? Look at the ground of like in the drinks aisle of that organic one little alley, and there's this soda brand called Zevia with a Z that's like this exact concept. Fake Coke, fake ginger ale, whatever, but with stevia, which is what this is basically. If I were them, I'd be fuming.
Because it's the same thing?
Existed all along.
So what's their problem?
Yeah, it's like diet soda. It's like diet soda, but without the like aspartame. These are better because they have like other stuff in them, like fiber. But if I were Zevia, I'd be very mad. Zevia,
I don't
are you
like
mad?
Stevia though. Do these other ones have stevia in them?
I think at least one of them. I don't know if both, but one of them definitely has like a stevia leaf extract. I was just looking at the ingredients the other day, being like, what are prebiotics?
Right. I think the Trader Joe's one didn't have stevia, but I don't remember the truth is.
Okay, so since we last spoke, I also I went to our shul sisterhood karaoke night at a Korean restaurant and karaoke room.
Oh, wow. That's fun.
Mm-hmm. What a scene. But then it had me thinking, and if we've covered this, listeners, I'm sorry, but do Orthodox shuls also call it the Sisterhood and Men's Club, or is that only a conservative movement thing?
No, I think that there's definitely, I don't know about men's club. There's definitely a sisterhood, like at my sister's shul, which is Orthodox.
It's called the Sisterhood.
It's called the
Sister. Yeah.
Yes, it's called the Sisterhood, and they have
Like
women's events.
Yes, there's like in every conservative synagogue, there's a men's club and a sisterhood.
I think like shul is a men's club, like though in
Right,
an Orthodox shul, like
right, they don't
the
need
men's
their
club
own
is just shul.
Right. It's not egalitarian. It's just they're running the show.
Right.
That is the club.
Yes.
Orthodoxy is the club.
Yeah, exactly. But then the sisterhood is necessary still, but I think men's club, no.
So I go to things as often as I can, but I often can't just because of like work and bedtime and whatever.
Yeah.
Not because it's during work hours, just because it's like hard for me to do stuff at night. And but I was able to go, and it was so fun. It was like multi-generational.
So nice.
I love meeting all the shul ladies that I don't know. There's like a group of people around my age, karaoke, drinks. I think the place might have been like a bring your own, I'm not really sure, but there was definitely a cooler of Trader Joe's beverages, like the one you just mentioned. And there was this like guava juice can. It's like sparkling guava juice in a can. So tasty. We're really veering off because the things we're all mentioning today are like delicious, just like
they're
caloric,
not even
sugary.
seltzers.
No, but they are sparkling and they are in cans. I'm going to be like, Malya, I had a good latte. Is that what we're talking about? No, but anyway, cans of things is still sort of, but
it's fine.
Sisterhood
It's our
events.
podcast. We can talk about what we want.
Sisterhood events would really make for some great kind of settings of the books that we read.
Oh, totally. I feel like a sisterhood event would have been good for the book today. Although they didn't mention having a sisterhood. I don't know if that's a thing in this
They
Syrian
didn't really
community.
mention synagogues at all.
No, they didn't.
No. Are we ready to talk about it? Because I can't wait to talk to you about it.
Yes, but I want to say just one thing to bring back sort of a long dormant category of things that we have talked about. I had a moment where I thought of another word that could be Yiddish.
Oh, great.
It's English, which is really not appropriate for today's book, which had like a whole other language in it.
Yes.
That was not Yiddish. But William was talking about William likes to foster plants that he's found that people have put, people like to put out a dying plant, even if it's not dead yet. They just feel like they can't watch it die, so they put it outside. And
that is to give to a neighbor? Like it's like a stoop thing, or it's like for the garbage man to take?
I think either or. It could be like, if anyone wants to take a last ditch effort at this plant, I'm putting it out here. Or it's like sometimes they're in the garbage area, like they're intended for the garbage. But either way, when William sees them and he feels like his green thumb might have a healing effect, he'll bring them home. So he recently brought home an orchid that was looking sickly. And he found that the ideal medium for orchids is actually lava rock, like rock from a volcano. And it happened that my boss had gone to Hawaii and given me a few lava rocks. So he was creating this medium for the orchid to nurse it back to health. And as we were talking about, he was looking at the rocks and we were like, we mentioned that it was kind of like a pumice. And I was like,
pumice.
Pumice sounds like a Yiddish word. A pumice.
A pumice sounds Yiddish. That's a perfect one.
And I was like, okay. Forgot about that category, but here's a new example. That was a roundabout story, but anyway, pumice.
No, that is perfect. How could you have gotten there without telling me the whole story? So did he save the orchid? Because I always kill orchids.
Orchids are notoriously difficult to care for, is what I've always heard. The jury's still out. It's being put into this new medium, and we'll see. I'll keep you all posted.
Orchids are notoriously difficult to care for, but with this trickery where the packaging and marketing acts like it's easy. It's like one ice cube every 2 weeks.
I've seen that with the
every
ice cube.
2 weeks.
Yeah.
It's like, that is not real. And I don't like that.
William's telling me they can live up to 100 years if they're cared for properly.
Incredible.
I feel like most people, they live 4 weeks. Like, I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
That's sad. That makes it even sadder. They have
100 years. So much potential.
Exactly. So we'll see. Maybe we'll be here, on Hanukkah Erotica, older adult edition.
Wow.
And we'll still have that orchid.
I have something else. Oh, you said.
Oh, yeah. And then we also have William's reminding me, we had this funny thing. I don't know. Are you ever, I don't know, because you're a teacher, but you're an educator and also a parent, but a lot of times the parents get together to organize gifts for the teachers at the end of the year.
Yes, yes.
And so
I know about this on both sides.
right. So I don't know. So there was this funny thing in one of our kids' preschool classes last year where the parents have a WhatsApp group, and they were like, it would be great to organize a gift for the Moras. And one of the parents was like, oh, I can buy an orchid to give to each of the teachers. And everyone was like, oh, great. How much can I Venmo you? How much can I Zelle you? And I was like, these Moras are like 22-year-old, like, Chabad girls from Crown Heights. Like, who said that they would want like a 2-foot tall orchid to care for? Like, aren't they going away for the summer? Like,
yeah.
What if they hate, like, isn't that kind of like, I don't know, isn't that kind of like a I don't know, like a bait and switch gift? Is it like giving someone a
pet, like the turtle? Did I ever tell you the turtle story?
No.
I have a crazy story.
Well, I was saying they raised like a lot of money, and they bought like orchids for all these like preschool Moras, and we were like, I don't know if we want to be a part of this.
Did they give the orchid plus like a nice fat Amex gift card? Because that's what teachers really want.
Yeah, no, I think they gave a cash. I think they gave a cash gift. But I also just felt like a cash gift, and then you have to like lug home from Park Slope a 2-foot orchid.
It's a burden. That's why mine's dying. Okay, so at work, I've tried to revamp teacher appreciation gifts to be gifts that the teachers would like.
Yeah.
It all started because, sorry, if you're here for Hanukkah Erotica Book Club, I promise we'll get there. This is really veering up. It all started because my school used to be a very small school, a couple of classrooms, and there was this event, teacher appreciation event, where all the teachers and parents would get together at night, like at a venue or like someone's home at the very early days of the school at the end of the year. And like the class parents would do something like write a song for the teachers or like something like that to appreciate them. And it was like a whole night of dinner and drinks or whatever. But it's like, then when I came in, the school was over a decade old and the school was big. And the first year that we had this event, I was like, this event is meant to appreciate the teachers, but this is torture. They have to come back at night. These are teachers that work till 1, 3 p.m. Now they have to come at night.
Yeah.
Figure out childcare if they're parents, or if they're not parents, have to come back to work at night.
Sure.
Then they have to be like, they have to stand in front of everyone and then stand there awkwardly while there was a parent who like wrote a rap about them to the tune of a song from Moana. I was like, this is this is so cringe. This is not how to appreciate teachers. Teacher appreciation night.
Yeah, get them a gift card and be done.
Exactly. So we changed the whole model to make it things that they'd like. But they do, so in addition to end of year stuff that I think is nice, they do monthly tokens of appreciation. But sometimes they are, because it's impossible to think of 10 different things. Like one thing this year was an orchid or a plant, succulents or plants. And the orchid stayed in my office, and it's probably not doing great over the summer, but maybe someone's taking care of it. But it's like, is a burden to have to schlep a big, beautiful plant home.
I think you need to know a person to give them an orchid. Like, to give an orchid,
you have to bring it to their home. You know what it is? If you're bringing an orchid to somebody's home, that's less of a burden.
Yeah, that's less of like the idea that, and you're at this graduation, the teachers already have like, they have to gather everyone's caps and gowns. There's sweating. A lot of schlepping. They have the toys that they brought to entertain the kids. And then there's like the orchid. It's like, oh, thanks, parents.
Yes, exactly.
Great.
What about a little bouquet of flowers? I think that's nicer.
Much nicer. I don't know. It just seemed like everyone, orchid sounds like,
it's more luxe. It's luxurious.
Luxe, yeah, exactly. So it's like, oh yes,
it's a more elevated gift.
Exactly. You're saying all the right things, but I feel like everyone gets duped by that image. And then there's just like a sweaty teacher left schlepping a big floppy plant.
Yes, or a dead orchid in my office when I return.
Right,
I know. Again, if you're here for the Hanukkah Erotica Book Club, we are Raizel and Malya, and we will be podcasting about Jewish romance books. But I do have one other really funny thing to say, which is that our friend of the podcast, Jonathan Horowitz, often listens immediately because he has notifications on his podcast app must be turned on, and the second our podcast drops, he's listening and just sending me live texts as he's going. Anyway, he's sending me like pictures of Waterloos and all sorts of stuff. But then he goes, why do you know things? Why do you know the name of things like Puck Bunny? And then he goes, is this like a murder of crows and a pride of lions? Which cracked me up.
That's very funny.
Because of course there's probably more. And I was like, but isn't Chuckle Fuckers a funny one? Because that really was hilarious.
That's really good. I was thinking about that randomly during the week. Like, are there others? Should I start Googling this?
Exactly.
But then, like, what's that going to do to my algorithm? I didn't go there.
So there definitely are others, and I think we should continue to collect them as they come up for us.
That's a good collection. Yeah. Okay, I like that.
Okay, so yeah, but how do I know things like Puck Bunnies and Chuckle Fuckers? I don't know, but the point is, we're in season 3. There continues to be new material, so
absolutely,
it's all good.
If you have others of these, we'd love to hear from you.
Oh, for sure. Yes. Yeah. Puck Bunnies, girls who like to fuck hockey players. Chuckle Fuckers, girls who like to fuck comedians.
Is it only girls? Like, because there are girls. Like, what if there's?
I don't think so. Maybe it's not gendered. I think it kind of is, but it could be anyone.
With the hockey players, it's gender. Let's be honest.
It is.
Right.
Okay, I can't wait to talk about this book.
Let's do it.
So we read Sisters of Fortune.
Yes.
By Esther Chehebar.
Yes.
And this book is new. It just came out recently.
Came out like last week.
And we have already read a book about the Syrian community.
Yes.
By Corey Ajmi called The Marriage Box. And I think because of how we felt about that, maybe we were coming into this book with some preconceived notion or apprehension, maybe some apprehension.
Definitely.
I cannot wait to hear what you think. I loved this book so much.
I liked it a lot too. I really liked it.
She's such a good writer.
Really good.
Oh my God, this book's so good. Also, she's very young. I don't know how old she is, but she's really, really young looking. She's really young looking.
Oh.
And I did quickly DM with her just to tell her we were reading the book.
Oh.
And she's really excited to listen. But I was like, is there anything you want us to know? There isn't. I don't know it. But so anyway, Esther, if you're listening, after this conversation, if you want to DM us and let us know anything you think about this conversation or anything you want us to add to our next episodes, we're happy to share any insight that you have. But this book was so good. So it's about 3 sisters. This takes place in the Syrian community in Midwood, similar to the, obviously the community, it's the same community that the other book took place in, Syrian community in Brooklyn. And it is so detailed and rich in so many different ways. It's like the way Brooklyn is described, Midwood.
Yes.
Like the apartments, the houses, the store downstairs.
That picture of that store
with the double parking.
The double parking and the kind of like randomness of the things stacked up on each other and people coming and going at all hours and the like stuff out on the street that's always being loaded and unloaded.
Yeah, and like a giant 5-foot like black ice from like the last snowstorm that was just like plowed and plowed and plowed. Just like a heap of black disgusting ice with the double parked truck and like the yelling.
Yes, it was so vivid to me. I don't feel like that's so Midwood. That's so that area, not necessarily just Syrian, but
right.
That, and I feel like we've never had that conjured before in any books.
Yes, the way that she wrote everything was so vivid.
Yes,
and knowing the community, it's like Mitch grew up in Midwood, obviously not in the Syrian community, but it's like. And you probably go to Midwood a decent amount just like to food shop or, it's like to hear these were so accurate.
Totally. It really painted a picture. I mean, it really, it was so vivid.
You could like smell the cumin. Like at one point, like a jar of cumin explodes. Like it was incredible. So, okay. So the location, also there's a whole part, there's Midtown, like, this family, so this takes place. It's a story about 3 sisters. The main character's Fortune, and then her 2 sisters and her parents, her fiance, her sister's relationships, her grandmother. Like those are some friends, but like those are the main characters, and the guy who owns this grocery store downstairs, his son. Like those are, I would say, like the main players in this book.
Yes,
and
it's kind of Jane Austen-esque because it's like 3 sisters kind of marriageable age and all kind of looking to be married off in one way or another.
Yes. And it's like very insular Syrian Jewish community.
Yes.
And, but also it's like, it takes place in the city because their father owns like a cheap closeout store called I want to say it's.
I think it was called Mr. Cheap.
Mr. Cheap, but
Yeah.
it's like Amazing Savings or Cheap Jacks. Like it's
Yeah.
on 34th Street, and Cheap Jacks is or was on 34th Street. So it's like literally Mr. Cheap's closeout store on 34th. Even the way that's described,
I loved that.
feels so accurate. Like bins of 99-cent athletic socks and Lisa Frank folders and juicy fruit gum. Just
Yes.
even Cheap Jacks or Mr. Cheap. It was like
the woman who works there is like stealing gum and eating it all day. Like it was just all those details. You could totally see it.
Yes. But with like gorgeous, beautiful writing.
Yes.
It's just like it was really, she's a fantastic writer. It was just beautiful.
Well, I think what she did beyond the setting of the scene, which was so with the food, we could talk about the food also for like a year, but beyond the scenes and the food, I think what the Marriage Box for me was missing was like nuanced characters and therefore like a nuanced portrayal of this community, which is really what I wanted. Like,
which we got.
Show us the good and the bad, you know, like which every community has. Like show us what's so beautiful and comforting and nurturing and supportive about an insular community that's so focused on, you know, material things in a lot of ways.
Yes.
And also focus on how that can be stifling and it can put people in, you know, into a box and all of that. And the way that people growing up in it feel kind of both of those things. And I think it did that.
It did that. Yes. I felt delighted by that.
Yes.
Because of course you could see the things that are problematic.
Yes.
You know, this is not an egalitarian community at all.
No.
One thing that happens early on in the book, and I love how she writes, like, you could feel in the air that something happened.
Yes.
Like, she didn't know what happened, but she felt that something happened.
Yes.
And what happened, and it's revealed, like, not immediately to her, is that it's like a gossipy community.
Because everyone knows everyone, and everyone's going to the same places.
It's like, did you hear? Did you hear? She's like, by the time you get home, your mother will tell you because it's LH. I don't want to tell you, you know, like in the store.
Yes.
So some pregnant girl she runs into.
Yes, yes.
And she's like, she finds out that what happened was a girl got wasted at a wedding. A single girl got wasted at a wedding and was like woken up the next morning, like hammered and blacked out or hungover.
Still like in the wedding hall.
Like still in the wedding hall. And like, this is like the biggest shame to her family. And like, did you hear what happened? Did you hear what happened? And you know, this feeling of all the moms feeling like, oh, thank God that wasn't my daughter. But then the girls, like Fortune and her sisters, you know, it switches to the perspective of her older sister, Nina. Fortune's engaged to a guy named Saul. And Fortune's in the middle of wedding classes and all this stuff. But her sister Nina's single and older, the oldest of the three girls. And it goes to from her perspective where she's like, what about thinking about how this happened? Like, what about thinking of the pressure the girl feels? Like, what? Like, all of a sudden she gets drunk at a wedding and now she's Hester Prynne and her mom doesn't know Hester Prynne from the Scarlet Letter. She goes, who's that? Is she Syrian? Yeah. It was so funny.
Yeah.
And also because like Hester sounds, it just really cracked me up.
Yes.
But it is true because it's like, you know, like,
go on,
someone got that drunk at our wedding, by the way, and like fell asleep on a bench and like no one talked about it or knows about it. It was just like a random dude.
Right.
So like, you know, like, I don't know what time he woke up, but like, I'm pretty sure we were gone. So it's like, and she said, what if that happened to a guy? I'm sure that happens to guys all the time. Like no one would give it a second thought if it happened to a Syrian guy. Totally. And she's right. It's not an egalitarian community. The rules are very different.
The standards are different. The timeline is different. Totally. But also even, it's like, it's not a community that is focused on education for the men or the women, I think. Like the men, a lot of them are like in business, like the Mr. Cheap, like they're hustling, but they're not like, apropos of the Hester Prynne thing, neither of the genders are like focused on formal education per se.
Maybe some of the younger generation, like I think Lucy's boyfriend is a doctor.
Yes, but even that's noteworthy. Like they say that's like Ashkenaz.
Right. Oh, exactly. That's Ashkenaz. Like that's considered right. Because success is money. Like success to the community is how much they earn, but success is like how much they earn and in the what are they, in accessories or wholesale? Like
right.
That kind of garments, like you know, that kind of thing. Or electronics or whatever it is.
There was also a scene that I thought was very funny, but also sweet, where it was like the So right, Fortune, who's the middle sister, who's the main character, is engaged, and there's a point where her parents are talking to her fiance's parents, and her father is like giving over like a talk that the rabbi gave at the synagogue addressing this scandal, and he's like, the rabbi said, when we hear about things like this, we think like we don't want this to be our. Thank God this wasn't our daughter. But we should think we wish it was our daughter, because this is Hashem speaking to the community through a child, and the father is being, and the other father is like, oh yes, wow, yes, and then the other mother is like, I'd rather Hashem speak through someone else's child. Actually, it's fine. But I thought that was such a good, like, I don't know, that also was so like it was something sweet about it, like. They're telling over what the rabbi said in like this very earnest way that was really sweet and nice, but also the mother being like, let's take that with a grain of salt.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
It was just cute. That was a cute thing.
Yeah, totally. This family, it's like they are loud and but they're likable, and also like I'm sure they're always aggravated at each other. Like I saw one post that Esther Chehebar posted on Instagram, like compared the family to like the like boisterousness of like My Big Fat Greek Wedding, like that family.
Yeah.
Which I think is why so many Jewish people loved My Big Fat Greek Wedding, because I think we were like, we're like this too. And I think big Ashkenazi families could be like this, but there's something about the like this community specifically, and I think listeners know I grew up in Great Neck where a lot of Persians grew up, so the Syrian community and Persian communities have a lot of similarities.
Mm-hmm.
And I actually told my Persian friends already, like, you have to read this book. Like within the past, like I read it really quickly, and I called Bianca. I was like, you got it. She has to read it. I was like, and recommend it to your friends. I recommend it to your mom and sister. Like, I really think the Persian community would love this book also.
Mm-hmm.
The thing about it though, is that it's so good. I think it's going to be universally popular. Like My Big Fat Greek Wedding. You don't have to be in this community to appreciate this book at all. It's very, very, I'm sure it would be a very big education, but it's really great. So I think like the richness of tradition, like she even describes like Mondays for grocery shopping to catch up after Shabbat, and then Tuesdays for regular appointments, like doctor's appointments and blah, blah, blah. And Wednesdays to start to get ready for Shabbat, or Wednesday's a day in the city for going shopping in the city. And then Thursday you start to prepare for Shabbat, and Friday you don't leave the house.
Right.
Unless, so, the women in this community, especially the young married women, the women are expected to get married very young, have babies very young, and be solely focused on the house, the cleaning of the house, the maintenance of the house, the cooking for the house. Always, like, it's really a very, very big focus.
Yes.
The moms are young, so the grandmas are young.
Right.
I know a lot of Syrians, but I feel like I was thinking about it this week since reading this book. I feel like the majority of Syrians I know have one parent who's not Syrian,
mm-hmm.
or have married into the Ashkenazi community, and that's how I know them. Like, they've married a cousin.
Right.
So it's like I feel like I'm having a hard time accessing memories of any friendship I have with somebody who's Syrian on both sides, who hasn't married into the Ashkenazi world, like just like a Midwood Syrian Jew with no Ashkenazi ties. Like, the majority of people I know have one Ashkenazi parent, which is it's like it's a decision.
Right, because they're not fully in this community if they have one Ashkenazi parent. Right.
And so it was really interesting reading, I think, from her perspective of just like this like fully insular community. So Fortune's engaged to this guy Saul. She's feeling very little.
Yes. She's kind of like the good one. She's sort of like the dutiful one. This is like the right person to marry. He's very safe and familiar. Like, everyone's happy with it. Like, the end, kind of.
Right. They spend a lot of time together.
Yeah.
He'll be a quote-unquote good husband.
Yeah, he likes her family. He's, sort of, I don't know.
Everything's
not offensive. Completely, like not offensive, but there's no...
It's like the guy in the marriage box, like, was actually, like, it seemed almost abusive, if I remember correctly. And, like, his family, like, it felt ugly. Like, here with Saul, her fiance, it doesn't feel ugly. Like, his parents, like, they all, it's all fine, but she feels very little.
Yes. And she feels like so, like this is sort of like her life is done now. It's like this is the decision of her life. She's made it. And now she can sort of see to the end.
Right. Nina's story I find interesting. Nina's the oldest. She's checking rice and stuff, being paid by her mom. Oh, the mom owns a catering business that caters within the community.
Yes.
The food in this book's incredible. I mean, obviously we love when the food is amazing in books. It's like something we've talked about since the start of this podcast. But this is up there. I mean,
well, Syrian food is so good.
So
I mean,
good.
like there's just like it's so good. And so from it, you'd have to work hard to mess it up. But these are like
just the descriptions.
Great descriptions. And since she has this like home catering business, a lot of the like kitchen conversations are on the background of like her mom and grandmother are making food as they're talking.
Yes, like they're stuffing grape leaves, like there's like meat being packed in. She's like seasoning things with allspice and sumac and salt as she's talking.
Yes.
She's rolling. The girls can't roll things as tight. It's opening up and they're describing it. It's like riding a bike. It's like it's just it's like I agree. It's like every conversation that happens between the women in this book are happening while they're also preparing a ton of small little delicacies to eat.
Right. And they're not
Amazing
making
Syrian
like
food.
sheet pan dinners. Like they're making labor intensive food.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Really just sounds delicious.
Yes. Even the coffee. There was one scene where the grandmother's making coffee and it's like a whole ritual just to like, it's not like she's setting the coffee maker.
I know.
She's like boiling and then adding sugar and letting it foam and stirring it. It's a whole thing.
I know. Really just like those Middle Eastern traditions are like, they're really beautiful.
Yeah.
And this community's like held on to them for longer than other communities.
Yes.
Well, it's interesting because I was with a friend this week and her mom who are Filipino. And I was telling her mom that every time I've ever gone camping, there's always a lot of Filipinos at the campsite and there's always like rice cookers around. And they both started laughing. Like, yes. And her mom's like, we bring a rice cooker everywhere. I was like, can you explain to me what's happening with the rice cooker? Because where are they plugging it in at the campsite?
Right.
They're like, no, we make the rice before we go. And it's just keeping it hot all day.
Ah.
And then like we bring meat or like whatever, like chicken adobo that they've made. And then they're while they're at the beach or while they're camping, like that's what they're eating for the, I thought this was like really cool and interesting. But then later that day I was with my friend without her mom. I was like, but you don't do any of that. I feel like the next generation of this second generation of Filipino kids, I don't think maintained that. Like, my friend's not schlepping a rice cooker and chicken adobo to the beach or anywhere.
Sure.
At all. But I do feel like the Syrian community and the Persian community have maintained these traditions, specifically maybe because of Shabbat or something, more.
Or just because they're more insular.
Right. It could be.
And also because they have women that don't work. I think like to prepare on this level, it's your full-time job. Like this is what you do. You're not like coming home from a day's work and like throwing in a sheet pan dinner of leftovers, which I think is what most working parents or working people are doing.
Right.
It's like you have someone who is this is their task.
Right. It's like there's this Instagram meme going around about like what's your struggle meal? And there's like saltines and butter and like all these different like most of the foods are foods like I never like had for dinner, but one is like pasta and butter and I was like that's a struggle meal? Like that's like a big staple.
Yeah.
But it's like, yes, you're right. If you have all day to be able to do this. But like one thing I did like the attention to detail in this book's incredible, but it's like she's making 4 trays of like yebra or whatever because those are for 4 Shabbats. So she's going to freeze them. There's tinfoil pans and freezer bags everywhere in this book.
Yeah, of course. And she's also a caterer, so she's making things for other people.
Yes. There's challah that they're braiding for extra Shabbats.
Yeah. This is like around the clock thing. This is what she does. Yeah.
Yeah, amazing. I loved it. Okay, so that was so Fortune's with Saul, and she's really not sure, but she's just really kind of not feeling much and starting to become aware of that. Nina, the oldest, checking rice, working for her mom's catering business. That's where I veered off. The checking rice came up in the marriage box, like how to check rice for chametz.
Yes.
Sounds insane.
And it was also funny when they were like, you could buy already checked rice, but that's like $15 a bag.
Right.
Which I feel like
money's a big thing. Like money and being money conscious in this book's very big.
Yes, but also very like they need to be. And I think that this was portrayed even this was portrayed in a nuanced way, is like that they're very focused on, I guess, more visible shows of wealth. And so they like I guess depending on who you are, but for this family, it's like they're kind of scrimping and saving behind the scenes so that they can be able to invest, quote unquote, invest in like having designer clothes. Like there's always a mention of like, she's wearing some, I don't know, brand scarf or dress. And it's like, mom scored that off the rack at Woodbury Commons. Like we scored that from the, like, it's very like, how can we have these symbols?
The facade.
Yes. And that's what they're investing in. And behind the scenes, they can kind of scrimp.
Right. Which also is, I think, why because weight and appearance and beauty is a big part of this.
Yes.
And it's like, I don't know why there's certain books where it's like the weight and the eating disorder stuff feels so triggering. Even though it's very prominent in this book, it didn't feel as upsetting to me. I don't know. It's like maybe I'm desensitized to it. I'm not really sure. Because there's some really, the weight comes up a lot. Like the weight, the workout classes, dieting, use of laxatives, like really, really a lot of focus on trying to lose weight.
Yes.
Which really seems to be a priority in the community. Like a woman's weight, which again is like such a stereotype because these guys, it's just not the same standard.
No.
The other thing, and I have known about this, I think, for a while, is like this idea that all the guys have like left the community and sort of like, I don't know what, like dated, for lack of a more vulgar word, around.
Yeah.
Sowed their oats.
They had like a rumspringen or whatever.
Rumspringen, and exactly. And the girls, the women, it's like an unspoken, understood and accepted part of the community. Like an accepted part of the community is that the guy you're marrying probably isn't a virgin, but you are.
Yes.
It's
well, the guy you're marrying
standard.
is 30 and you're 17.
Well, that's specifically with, of course, that's a, like, you think Saul was a virgin.
It seemed like, yeah.
Yeah. So Lucy, the youngest, I keep veering off Nina. I got to get back to Nina.
Sorry.
But Lucy, the youngest sister, is still in high school. Most beautiful sister, blah, 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 still in high school, dating a 30-year-old. She's 17. She's dating a 30-year-old doctor who seems like he's dated around a lot and maybe made promises to a lot of girls that he wasn't able to keep, but did seem like he was head over heels for Lucy. So that's a relationship going on the whole book.
Yes.
His relationship with Lucy. But 30 and 17 is wackadoodle-doo. So that's happening.
And
the whole
everyone's
time.
totally fine with it.
Totally
like,
fine.
Nobody questions it.
He's SY, he's Syrian.
Right,
we know his mother.
He's a doctor. Yeah. He's from a
exactly.
Everyone's like, how can she? The question is like, how did she get so lucky, and how's she going to hold on to him? No,
exactly.
Nothing else.
I heard he ghosted this one and never, whatever. They already talked.
Yeah.
Meaning like they already talked about their relationship, and then he never saw her again. He gave her a kiss at a wedding. Hello.
Right.
Okay, so about other girls that this guy David has ghosted. But anyway, Lucy and him are in a relationship. She's head over heels. He's head over heels. That's all moving in the direction it's moving. But as it gets more and more serious, she feels like less and less connected to her high school peers, which makes complete sense because she's being wined and dined by a 30-year-old cardiologist.
Totally.
I think it was a cardiologist.
Something like that, yeah.
Okay, but Nina I find interesting. So Nina's the oldest. She kind of like, I think, always felt like a square peg in a round hole. And she runs into this guy in the community at that Park Slope Barnes & Noble. Is that still open, by the way?
It happens to be that I just walked past it last week and it's closed for renovation, which I was surprised by. But they have a prominent sign like, check back for our new appearance. So I think they're...
I trust that it'll be reopened then.
Yeah.
A lot of the Barnes & Nobles have closed. That's why I asked.
This one's, it's right by the hospital, so I feel like it gets a lot of traffic from there.
For sure.
It's always crowded whenever I'm there.
Yeah, no, it used to be when I was there, but it's been so long. Okay, so she runs into him there, which I think is funny because like they obviously have gone out of their way to walk around Park Slope.
Yeah. I do feel Park Slope is like, William and I have actually remarked on this in the past, is like where a lot of like Crown Heightzers or just people from Hasidic communities come to have like cool dates.
Yeah.
Because it's like, first of all, I don't think, and no one else is coming to Park Slope for a cool date. Like Park Slope's not like a cool place, but... charming, but like it's known for young families. Like no one's coming here to like go out at night. I don't think. But I do think like for Orthodox communities that are adjacent, this is a place to kind of like the community's not going to see you here, and you can go like paint pottery or like sit in Barnes and Noble, and it's kind of like it's cool.
Yes, it's cool. It's not in the community.
Yes.
So she runs into this guy, Steven, who she's known her whole life, maybe went to high school with, and he says that he's working at an indie record label in Williamsburg. You should come check it out. Fast forward, she gets a job at this indie label. So Nina's whole story is about her life in Williamsburg at this new job, at this indie record label, her boss, this sweaty guy, Ethan, who's into her, seeing indie bands, her relationship that progresses over the course of the book with Steven, this former friend who's now her colleague in the community, but also feels like kind of different.
Yeah.
I like her whole storyline.
Totally. And also, I think, like, her parents' reaction to it is part of what's not, like, they're kind of horrified at the beginning, and they're also kind of overprotective, like, they want to drive her there. But then also they're like, you know, quickly, she's like, you don't actually have to drive me here, and Steven's going to drive me, and it's, like, way out of your way. And they're like, okay, fine. Like, it seems like it's much more nuanced. Like, would they have rather her gotten engaged the way Fortune did? Sure. But at this point, like, are they going to actively, like, are they going to really stand in the way of her doing what makes her happy and following a path that she wants to? No.
Right. It is interesting. This is like such a lukewarm take because it's so obvious. Sorry. But it's like Nina's so young still.
Of course.
To be such a quote unquote old maid. Like, Nina's very young, and outside of the Orthodox community or Syrian community or Persian community or whatever, it's just, she's just young. She's 30.
Not even.
Oh, she's still in her 20s?
I think she's in her 20s.
Oh, that's crazy. I thought she was 30.
I don't think so.
Nina's so young, but it's like she's like the old, unmarried, single sister in this specific community.
Yes.
She's really feeling it. In the book starts off with her being like, I know I'm not getting married. Like, she's resolved to just, I am never going to be married.
Right.
But her relationship with him is interesting. Like, they have so much to talk about. She even at one point notices, like, we can't stop talking. I know that Fortune and Saul aren't like this. Like, we could talk about school. We could talk about music. We could talk about, but they could also talk about, like, the random Syrian, like, gossip, because they are still within the community. And so they share so much.
Right.
I like them.
Yeah, they were really sweet.
It was very organic.
Yeah.
You're really rooting for them. You kind of keep thinking, is she just going to mess it up and sleep with Ethan?
Totally. That's what I kept thinking the whole time. And I was like, don't make an idiot out of the other Steven.
Yeah.
Like, don't make him feel foolish because he's been, like, he was your lifeline.
Right. Right.
But she didn't.
She didn't.
Thank God.
She didn't.
I know. She pulled it together.
Yeah. She really did.
That guy Ethan was very sweaty.
Wasn't he? Ugh. Yeah. Like, he smelled. He smelled.
There was a lot of also in this book, I don't know if you noticed this, people who, like, food was flying out of their mouth as they were talking.
Because they were so loud and forceful and obnoxious.
And always eating.
Yeah, so much food, yeah.
And I really it was kind of gross, but I really liked it. Because it really, again, it was just so vivid. Like, it just...
Like, I think what we should have said at the beginning of this conversation, and now it's too late, is like, this book is so good and worth reading. So really, it's worth reading and then coming back to this podcast, like this episode.
Totally.
Because... like, this will be the book I recommend for a long time to a lot of different people.
Yes.
It's just beautifully written. Also, it's like between the vivid setting and the food, it's like the characters' emotional journeys were also vivid. It's like I was going on those rides with them.
Totally.
All of the sisters. I feel like maybe a character... their grandmother was an amazing character,
Loves
too.
the grandmother.
It was her mom. It was their mom's mother-in-law.
Yes.
But really took her under her wing.
Yes. And that was such a beauty. That was part of the nuance of the beauty of the community. Like, that the grandmother lived with them and was such a, like, matriarch. And how they loved her and still looked to her for wisdom. And her stories about, like, back in Syria and whatever, which were, like, a little stereotypical, but also really, like, wise and sweet. And they all kind of took them to heart. Like, that was that's what lent to the nuance of the book.
Totally. Totally.
And
I loved it.
And I don't know, even, like, the relationship with Saul, it's, like you said, in the other book, you were just like, this marriage is horrible. Like, you have to leave. Like, how are you even doing this? Like, you could just see it a mile away.
I feel like while we were reading it, I kept being like, this book is reading like a psychological thriller or like a horror. Like, it was like, the other one was so upsetting.
Right. Whereas, I don't know, like, even though you were feeling, like, with Fortune, you know, you're feeling how she's sort of checked out. But you're also like, I don't know, Saul seems very sweet and, like, he loves her family. He fits right in. Like, it wasn't so like, oh my God, break up with him. He's the wrong guy.
Right. she could have ended up with Saul, and you would have been like, she's going to be like all these other people, where it's like love grows.
Right.
All the other people in her family, like maybe her parents or whatever. Like,
Right.
love grows over time, and also like they're just gonna go through the kind of routines of life, and
that'll
he'll always be
that'll
quote,
make them
unquote,
happy. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. One thing that I thought was very funny is like there was excerpts of marriage class, like the laws of Nida, marriage class rules, but like something either that the Kala teachers, they didn't call it the Kala teacher, but like the Kala teacher.
Yes.
Either she said it or it was like wisdom from a rabbi in one. It was like when you can't touch, like when you're in what is that, when you're in Nida, in the 2 weeks that you can't touch,
Right.
go out, spend lots of time together, go on long walks, have lengthy conversations, watch reality TV together. It's really very funny.
Really funny.
And also, yeah, relatable. Like I think a lot of people are sitting on the couch watching crap TV.
Totally.
But it's like it's very different than, let's say, like the yeshivish community my brother-in-law's in, or like a Chabad community, or just like a random Orthodox community. Because the thing about the Syrian community is like it's very deep-rooted in tradition. But like and maybe and some of the tradition have to do with Jewish laws. So like Shabbat, holidays, and kashrut, and Nida is a part of it. But they're all eating in non-kosher restaurants, just like eating fish and vegetarian.
Right.
They're all, I think many of them are wearing pants. Like,
right.
That's not judged. That seems like a norm that's accepted in the community.
Yes. Yes.
Obviously, not obviously, but also within the Persian community.
Right.
Sleeveless, jeans. Maybe not everyone. I think there's probably like pockets within that are a little bit more, I don't know, sneeze.
Yes.
Oh, by the way, the drunk girl at the wedding, her punishment.
Oh, yes.
She was like shipped off to seminary in Israel.
Yes, yes, yes. Which is just funny. Like, what does that even mean?
To like become more frum?
Right,
like,
I guess.
It's a hilarious punishment because it's a gift to so many people. Like,
right.
People want to do a gap year in Israel.
Right. And I think even the mom or the grandmother was like, in my day, they would have beat us with a broom or something like that. She gets
shipping her off
trip to Israel. Yeah, exactly. Right.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah. That was fun. That girl kind of hovered over the whole book as like a cautionary tale.
Right. Yeah, but literally, I'm pretty sure we had a guest wake up on the bench outside of the Liberty House. A dude. So, never to be discussed again.
We had a guest who fell asleep on the beach, like just passed out on the beach.
There you go.
A guy,
Yeah, a guy. No one thought about it. Yeah.
Whatever. He woke up eventually. Yeah,
he woke up and that was that.
Right.
I'm thinking of one of a few people it could have been. I was there, but
there weren't that many people. Yeah, but exactly.
If it were me, if I woke up wasted on the sand, at that wedding, we'd still be talking about it.
We would. It wouldn't have like shamed you for life, though. It would just be a funny. It would be a funny story.
They wouldn't have made me stay in Israel because of it.
They would not have. They. We were also
it's scary
already
on the beach because the shore, the ocean line, changes.
You can't be right. I don't think we wouldn't have left that guy on the beach. I mean, I forget if we woke him up when we were all like leaving. We didn't leave him.
Morning.
Then. Yeah. Good morning.
Boker tov.
Yeah, Boker tov. No, but I think we were already older than Nina in this book, or like Nina's age.
Right.
I think.
That's the thing.
Right, yes.
And no one was
thinking like no.
It's just a completely different perspective, different family, different traditions, different community.
Right.
It's so funny though. It's like there are so many differences between the Ashkenazi community and the Sephardic communities that growing up, I was once talking to a Persian guy in high school. We were talking about Shabbat dinner. And he was like, "You have Shabbat dinner?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm Jewish, Mark. Like, what do you think?" And he's like, "No, but like the Ashkis, like," and I was like, "No, like you have this perception in your head. Like all the Persians in their head had this perception that like all the other Jews in Great Neck were like completely secular Jews who didn't observe in any way. And the only people who really followed any traditions were the Persians." But it was just like a misperception. Like maybe a bunch of them were totally secular and not doing anything, but that wasn't everybody. And it was just like, you don't know till you just, there are so many stereotypes on both sides.
Totally.
And they're not all completely accurate.
Right, and because it's so insular, like that guy Mark had never been to a Shabbat dinner anywhere but a fellow Persian's house, obviously.
Exactly.
Whereas in reality, he could have come to your house and any number of others.
Exactly, but they were always, right, always home and always within their own community.
Right. That I did really like the Swanee.
Yeah.
That was really because that's so. I don't know. Do Persians have an equivalent
No, I don't
of
know.
that?
I don't think so.
That's very Syrian and very like over the top.
Yeah, I don't know that. I don't think so. I don't think Persians do. Yeah, super over the top and special. It's like pre-wedding.
Pre-wedding, but it's also like again, it's very like a lavish show of gifts that are very ostentatious brand name designer like shows of wealth, and then like hiring a photographer to take pictures of like a Chanel bag. I don't know. It's just like that's very just like where else is that happening? Like that's like cool. That just seems nuts to anyone who's not in that community.
Like, exactly. It's just like funny if you don't care about designers and labels, like if it's just not a part of your upbringing or anything you prioritize at all.
Yes.
Like you and I don't care about labels. I think like, but the thing is, it's like we both like want to look cute. Like we like what we like. Like we like the outfits we like. Like we put effort into what we wear or our hair or whatever it is. But it's like the label is not the thing.
Yes.
So and also, so it's not relatable if you don't care.
Yes, exactly.
Like and also when you don't care, it's almost like it all looks the same, so it's hard to understand why you would want that thing if everyone has it.
Totally. Like to me, the fun part about picking things out is finding something that no one else has or knows about. And even more so if it's like, oh wow, what is that? Oh, I got it on sale at H&M for $20. Like that's the ultimate.
Same. Like the ultimate flex for me actually is like when something looks so sick and people love it and they're complimenting it, but it's like, I got it on final sale online, and it was Abercrombie, and really the original price was $325, but I got the top and the bottom for $17 each. That's exciting.
The best.
And like, or if it's like, oh, thank you so much, it's actually Old Navy. Do you know what I mean?
Oh
but
my
it's
God.
like you wouldn't know it because it looks so good.
I literally have a memory from our Upper West Side days. It's got to be 20 years ago when I was working, and Harold Grinspoon, who's a big Jewish philanthropist's wife, Diane Trotterman, was one of our big funders, and I was at an event with her, and she said, oh, I love your skirt. And I said, thanks. And she said, where is it from? And I said, Target. That was like the fashion pinnacle, one of the fashion pinnacles of my life.
Yes. So my point is like for people like us, who have lots of differences in many ways, but are really relate to this one specific thing, that labels and designers are not a priority for us at all. It's impossible to relate to because it's not just the money. It's like it does seem like it all looks the same.
Yes.
And that doesn't seem cute.
And it all has a very prominent, the label being so prominent.
Why would you want something that says Chanel in a big way or like has a print of Louis Vuitton? Like it doesn't make sense to me.
Yes.
By the way, speaking of the comparisons to other communities, like Filipino communities or other Asian communities care also. Like I love the Crazy Rich Asian trilogy.
I never saw it.
Oh, they're books at first. They're like really fun books.
Got it.
It is a movie too, but those books are really, really fun.
Okay.
And when I read Crazy Rich Asians, the first thing I said was to my Persian friends, like, you got to read this book because there's something about an over-the-top ostentation insular community that felt relatable. This feels way more relatable. Obviously, it's Syrian and Jewish, but there is something relatable to it, and I appreciate that. I love reading. I loved reading about the Syrian community in this book, and I loved the insight that felt so much more well-rounded than what we've previously read. Someone that I know who's Syrian had said to me that people sometimes want to write books in the Syrian community, but the community doesn't want it because they felt like because it's a private community, they wouldn't want kind of the ins and outs revealed. But I could imagine that being within the Syrian community and reading this book feels almost like the most validating cozy hug, because,
Totally.
I think it probably makes a lot of people feel really seen and understood.
And I also thought, I guess I won't give away the end because I really do feel like people should read it. But I felt like at the end, there were a number of like life cycle events all happening. And you really saw how the community was coming together to support these people, to give them like everything they needed in this time.
Yeah.
And you really had it ended with this sense of like, oh yes, like everyone is very preoccupied with these like materialistic things that seem sort of retro, but then also in these moments where other members of the community need help, that allows them to like really shower those people with help in this really beautiful way.
Right. Yeah, completely. And I love that. And there's something really beautiful about that.
Yes.
This idea of like, this is what we do because this is what we do, and this is what we've always done. So this is what, it's so, it's ingrained in all different kinds of cultures, right? So it's like, we, again, surrounding life cycle events is a good example, but it's like someone's pregnant, we go get a layette. Like a layette is something in my community growing up is like a thing people do. Like you go to Denny's and you pick out your layette, even if you don't know if it's a boy or girl, you pick out a boy one or a girl one.
I don't even know what that is.
And
What's
I'm
a
about
layette?
to tell you. I'm about to tell you. Or a gender neutral one. And what a layette is like you go and you get all the things you need, like infant stuff, like newborn size, 0 to 3 size clothes, sets, PJs, burp cloths, all these different things that you need. But it's like you sort of like pick it out and then like get it once the baby's born, or maybe some people get it in advance. That part I don't know, because when I was pregnant, I was like, I don't need to do a layette at Denny's. Denny's is like a Jappy store. I don't know how to call it anything else because that's what it is. Like to use the word bougie about a store that's specifically Jappy sounds crazy. And if this word's offending people, I'm so sorry. But it's like this specific community of. I grew up in Great Neck. I don't know how to say it a different way. That's what Denny's is. It exists in Brooklyn too. There's these stores, Denny's, Lester's. It's a specific kind of store. There's maybe something in New Jersey also. And
it's overpriced. Is it overpriced?
Oh,
yes.
Insanely
I feel like there was a description of a store like this in this book.
There was. And the thing is, so many things in this book were real names that I was wondering, is that a fake name or did she mean Lester's or Denny's?
Right.
Esther,
right.
tell us.
Right.
There was an example of a store like that in the book, and the stuff's extremely overpriced. It's not better quality, but it's also like private labels specifically manufacturing for these stores. All the little kids like wear all the stuff from it. I grew up.
And it's a flex to even buy things there because it's sort of you're implying like I can afford to pay for things that I know are overpriced.
It, I guess, is a flex, but it doesn't even seem like a flex when it's like the only place you would shop. I can't explain it. Like I grew up like wearing shorts and t-shirts and this and that from these stores. Like, but it wasn't like my mom wasn't trying to flex. It was like, that's where you go. If she's going to day camp, she has to go to this. She has to go to camping campus or Denny's or this or that, or that's where you go.
I see.
So then like knowing, obviously growing up and then shopping on my own and seeing that there's like, you could just buy baby clothes at Old Navy.
Right.
That's it. Like you could just buy 0 to 3 or newborn size or whatever. I remember while I was pregnant saying like, I don't need to do a layette. Like that's not something I'm gonna need. I could just get baby clothes.
Did your mom want to take you for a layette?
Yeah, it was just like that's what was done.
I see.
I didn't have to like have a talk to not. I just told her like I'm just gonna get what it's not a thing. We walked through actually together. I brought her to Old Navy. I was like, see all this adorable baby clothes. This is just what I'm gonna get.
That's fun.
So yes, the idea of like this is what we do.
Right.
You don't have to.
Right.
There's the same thing with like sleepaway camp. It's like people make these camp appointments where you like go to one of these stores, the exact equivalent of what I'm describing. Some are literally the same stores to get camp stuff. But you don't need to do that. You could just like buy the things your kid needs for camp. Anywhere.
Wow. There's camp appointment stores?
Camp appointment stores, yes. Same J-word situation where you go, you get your stuff.
Got it.
Wow. It's a whole thing. It's a whole world of like, this is what we do, but you don't have to. There's a lot of other ways to do things,
I just learned that there are sleepaway camp consultants.
Oh, yes.
I never knew about that.
Yes. What
did you
I didn't have to because I have like an encyclopedic knowledge of the kinds of camps I was looking at. I was only looking at very specific kind of like egalitarian affiliated Jewish camps that affiliated with Judaism, but not affiliated with a movement.
I see.
Like I'm looking at like a handful of nerdy Jewish camps. It's a different thing.
Right.
I could be the consultant for those camps. You know what I mean?
You should be.
I should be.
I don't know, but then also because I'm in this like Jewish moms Brooklyn WhatsApp group, and there was a whole conversation about sleepaway camp consultants.
Yes.
And someone was saying that some of that, like, you don't pay them. Some of them like get commissions from the camps, I guess.
That's correct.
That's a whole, wow, what a business model.
That's correct. They go on tours of all the camps. I know them intimately. One very, very, very successful one is a former parent at my school.
Oh, wow.
And she started a big company. And she has hired more and more consultants and is doing really well. And she spends all summer touring with the camp consultants, touring all the camps every summer, even if it's like the same camps over and over, building relationships with them. And then she has appointments with families and parents. And they talk about what they want and then recommends camps. And they get money from the camp.
Crazy.
But for us, it's like, I knew what we were looking for. And then, so like the Foundation for Jewish Camp had, or like One Happy Campers, a New Jersey like organization through the Foundation of Jewish Camp. I hope I'm describing that well to One Happy Camper people, but they do events in the town. Like they did an event at our synagogue. I think I mentioned it last summer. And it's like, there was like swag from all the Jewish camps and representatives from different Jewish camps. And there was like a make your own cereal bar and a tie-dye station. And like, you were able to talk to them about different Jewish camps. So it's like, I didn't need a camp consultant because I'm looking for a very specific kind of like Hamish camp.
Sure. I remember the cereal bar.
You know, and then it's like, there's Orthodox camps, there's conservative camps, Reform camps. Like, so it's, if you know what you're looking for in that way, I feel like you don't need a consultant.
Agreed.
If you're looking for a more Hamish camp.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Meanwhile, Binny's at Sleepaway. It's going well.
Oh, do you hear from her?
She's there right now. We got our first email.
That's all you get is an email?
We get 1 email a week.
Oh, wow.
And I haven't gotten a written letter, but I keep kind of asking to her to send one. And but I'm trying to be chill about it. I only asked once or twice. But we can email her every day, and then they print it out, and then she can see our letters. And I also send in the mail. But I see tons of pictures. I heard from the director and unit head, and yeah, she's doing well. She's happy.
That's awesome.
She's having a blast.
So fun. That's great.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay, I loved Sisters of Fortune. Really recommends it. Anything else you wanted to say about the book?
No, I think we said it all. I mean, we didn't get into a lot of the plot. I thought that there isn't a lot of like, there's no sex scenes.
There's like an almost.
There's an almost, right?
Maybe two almost.
Yeah. There's a couple almosts. There's some good sexual tension, I would say.
There's definitely sexual tension.
Yeah.
Like, and I think we're leaving out the end because we think that a lot of you are going to listen, and I think that's the right thing. But there's also this like sexual tension, and there's a dynamic between Fortune and Isaac, the son of the owner of the grocery store downstairs called Spice.
Yeah.
Funny that it's called Spice since their relationship's kind of spicy, but she's attracted to him and he's attracted to her. And it's like they have like a kind of intense dynamic that comes out of nowhere, it feels.
Yes.
Like they grew up together. They've seen each other like every day for their whole lives. His store is next to her parents' house.
Right.
There's always like giant trucks blocking her parents' driveway and a lot of like yelling.
Right.
They have a lot of like heat.
Right. And he's also interesting because he's like from a group that are more newly here from Syria, it seems. Like they're newer immigrants.
Yeah, the OTBs off the boat.
So it seems like there's a little bit of like maybe a class divide there. And it was almost like she would never, he's a little bit forbidden, I guess. And maybe that's part
you could see like at one point the women are like, oh, Isaac. And then she says like that maybe the OTBs are more and more accepted now because they're seen as like thirstier and maybe they're going to like go for the money more.
Right. Yes.
OTB was an expression used in the Persian community too growing up. I remember that.
I did consult the glossary in this book several times.
So amazing language. That's, I guess, one piece we left out.
That was really fun.
Amazing language woven in. It's like Syrian, Arabic, just woven in throughout.
Especially the grandmother, like her cadence and style of speaking was so good. It was really vivid.
Yes. Some words have just like a straight up like Yiddish replacement. Like I think there was a word hazika that meant like nebuch.
Yes, that meant nebuch. I thought the same exact thing. Yeah. Because I say nebuch sometimes and William thinks it's funny.
Yeah, nebuch, yeah. Yeah, my mom always said that a ton growing up. She still does.
Did she?
Yeah, nebuch. Yeah, a lot of nebuch. Nebuch. But that was like hazika. Like,
yeah. People said that a lot. Yeah.
A lot, yeah.
There was one time where a girl was like, hazita. Like said it like
hazita.
Like,
yeah, you're
hazita.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, that was real. The language was really good.
Oh yeah, I think it might have been about the person that David ghosted.
Yes, exactly.
Casita.
Yes. That was so funny. Never. Yeah, so good.
Really recommend it. And Esther, can't wait to chat with you about the book over DM.
Loved it.
Okay. And I also can't wait to read what you write next because you're an incredible writer. I will say to Esther.
Is this her first book?
I think she wrote a kid's book before. I was just reading her bio.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Great.
About being named for like your living relative.
Oh.
Because in the Syrian community, they're often named for their grandma.
Right.
That's why like any Syrian kid I know is named a very, very, very grown up name.
Yes. Like an old school. Mm-hmm. Totally. Yeah.
Mayor, like all the little Syrian kids I know have very, very, very
right. Irving, Meyer,
exactly.
Morris. A lot of Morris.
Yeah. A lot of Baby Jacks. Although Baby Jack's popular now in general.
That's true.
Okay, so this is our next book. We think is more of a family drama than a romance, except that because it takes place in the Catskills, we're expecting some amount of making out. So we hope that we don't disappoint. But we're reading The Last Summer at the Golden Hotel next, if you're reading along, by Alyssa Friedland. And I'm going to read you the description. Okay, Mal?
Great.
Okay. In its heyday, the Golden Hotel was the crown jewel of the hotter-than-hot Catskills vacation scene. For more than 60 years, the Goldman and Weingold families, best friends and business partners, have presided over this glamorous resort, which served as a second home for well-heeled guests and celebrities. But the Catskills are not what they used to be, and neither is the relationship between the Goldmans and the Weingolds. As the facilities and management begin to fall apart, a tempting offer to sell forces the two families together again to make a heart-wrenching decision. Can they save their beloved Golden, or is it too late? Long-buried secrets emerge, new dramas and financial scandal erupt, and everyone from the traditional grandparents to the millennial grandchildren wants a say in the hotel's future. Business and pleasure clash in this fast-paced, hilarious, nostalgia-filled story where the hotel owners rediscover the magic of a bygone era of nonstop fun, even as they grapple with what may be their last resort.
Cool. Sounds good.
I'm excited.
Me too.
It's about to be August, so...
Yeah, this is prime Catskill
season. It's August
season.
For listeners.
Right. There you go.
Okay, great. This podcast is produced by William Levin and brought to you by Hanukkah Pong, available at newesttraditions.com with promo code Hanukkah Erotica, HANUKKAHEROTICA, and it's Menorah shaped beer pong. Go get yours today.
Totally.
See you
like
soon.
us on Facebook and Facebook.
Oh yeah, not Facebook. I don't think we have an account, but like us on Instagram. Follow us on Instagram.
Like, give us 5 stars, leave us a review, share us with your friends, all those things.
Definitely. Bye, Mom.
Bye.